What's up everybody, Nate back with another video this week. For those new to the channel, I own a custom integration company, meaning I help people implement technology into their homes and businesses. This week, I got a little different of a video for you. It's Friday, I'm in the office, I'm not out on any jobs or installs, and I am working on some plan markups for a potential new client. So we met with this client, they came into the showroom, they toured the space, they're building a new home, and they would like to implement technology into that new home. Everything from networks to distributed audio, some automated shades, all sorts of different things. So I wanted to take you along because I've gotten requests in the past for these types of videos, more on the sales and acquisition side of things and how to grow your business or work leads and things like that. This is a critical part. So AV design or just design in general is an important piece to our business because without doing this, our installers have nothing to actually go and install. And to be fair, this is where my expertise and my specialty lies, is more in this side of the business than the install. When you see me in install videos, it's typically me there helping because they need the help, as opposed to me being the expert on that side. I have a good working knowledge and understanding of all the products that we work with, but my background is in sales and operations, and I enjoy the business aspect of things. And it's why I work with and hire people that enjoy the other side so that I can focus my attention here. So what I did is I screen recorded the entire time of how I marked up these plans. And then I'll do a voiceover and I'll overlay it onto the screen so that you guys can in real time kind of walk through how I chose to do it and what works. So before I actually marked up the plans, I had reviewed them the night before to make sure that everything that we had talked about with the client was going to make sense. We typically, when we write a proposal for our clients, we do like a good, better, best, giving them options, especially in the audio world, because there is so many options. In the networking, we typically stick with our package that we like, and then we scale it to fit what their needs are. But we stay in the ubiquity world for the most part with our networks. But speakers and audio, there's a wide range of products that you can use. At the end of the day, we typically are controlling them through Sonos as the UI for the customer to use. But that could also be accomplished a bunch of different ways. It could be done through the Sonos amps. It could be done through a third-party amp, and we run a port on that receiver or amp. There's a lot of different ways to get there. And then aesthetically is another big piece for that client. So this is a good example of that. We showed them a bunch of different options for overhead speakers for their distributed audio. And then we showed them the invisible series of speakers that we carry from Stealth Acoustics. And right away, she was in love with the idea of not having speaker grills on the ceiling, which has become more popular in the new construction. There's a bunch of different companies that make a similar style speaker. JBL has one, Sonance has one, and then Stealth Acoustics. So I hope you guys enjoy this type of content. If you do, leave it in the comments. Tell me. I'd love to make more things like this, but only if people are really interested in it. As well as if you're looking for assistance or help with your AV design for your own home, our contact info is always in the description, and we are happy to help you as well. So enjoy the video. All right, so let's dive in here. So the first thing you're going to see me do is putting a key in the top corner for our guys as well as our electricians. So you'll see 16.2 low voltage cabling, which we will use for the Lutron shades, is in red. Blue is always going to be our speakers, and green is our network. There's not necessarily, that's just the key that we go with. So you'll see the first thing that I'm going to do is the network. So I'm going to go ahead and place APs in, typically we choose closets. I threw all of this into the Unify software for the design tool to tell me where the best places for these APs are going to be based on the square footage of the house. As well as the office will get 2 sets of double keystones, and the TV locations always get a network drop when we do a new construction build. Depending on the area, a lot of times they will get a coax drop as well. Next, you will see me going and laying out our speaker locations. Again, these are rough locations just for the design side of it. So this main concept area, they want it as a single zone. So we do 1 in the pantry, 1 in the kitchen, and 2 in the family room here. You can see based on the plans that it's going to be some form of a tray ceiling. The clients don't have a rendering yet, so these are just loose spots of where speakers will go. We will do the full measurements and locations when we actually do the install. So you can see me label zone 1. Zone 2 is going to end up being an outdoor zone, so that left side is an open patio, the right is a covered pavilion. And zone 3 on the first floor is going to end up being the dining room. Next, you'll see me going and putting in the red dots are for the low voltage wiring for the Lutron shades. You'll notice that I always put these on the left side of the window jamb. The drivers for the triathlon series of shades that we do are always on the left. Next, we have the second floor, so the primary bedroom and bath are going to act as their own zone. There was no other speakers in the upstairs for this client, but there are network drops at each TV location. Again, we don't have where the actual TVs will go yet, but we can typically, we know that a drop needs to go in that room, and we'll do the walkthrough with the client before we actually wire those. Same thing with the Lutron shades. You see me putting it on the left side of the jamb for each window that's going to be getting those. And then next we go down to the basement. So there is going to be a 5th zone of audio in this gaming area. And then the customer already has a 5.1 theater system that they owned, which you'll see me label as CO, which we do for customer owned equipment. So they had asked us to wire and install it for them. And then that mechanical room, the square is going to be our network rack as well as an additional AP. So I hope you guys enjoyed that content. Like I mentioned before, this is more of what I do on the day-to-day behind the scenes. So I'm the main point of contact for clients. I'm working with distributors. I'm doing the AV and network design. And the original goal of this channel was always to create content for people starting businesses and talk about the lessons learned or the mistakes made. As I've started businesses over the past and I've grown them, I've always found that there's not a great amount of just raw, real information on starting a business or growing. So we're a family-owned business. We're going through ups and downs. We make mistakes, we learn from them, we do them better, and then we never make those mistakes again. And I'd like to document that and put that out there. So again, if you enjoy this type of content, leave it in the description. I'm happy to go deeper into our business side and what we do and how we make it all work. If you like more of the install videos, leave that in the comments. We'll make sure we're doing more of those as well. But this is the real stuff. This is what gets done. This is sitting in front of the computer for hours on a Friday to make sure that our clients get the best possible version of what we have to offer, and they get everything they want for their home for the next 20 years. So as always, I hope you enjoy. If you're looking for help with your own AV design or work, our contact information is in the description below, and enjoy the videos.